It's done. It's finally over, guys. Hello, monsters. My name is Daidarius, and welcome to my manga haul of September 2022. Now, I'm not going to dwell too much on the introduction because I just want to get straight into the manga haul because it's such a huge accomplishment. I think, without a shadow of a doubt, this is my most wanted volume of the entire year. I know I said that about Inuyashiki Volume 10, but this one just overshadows it completely. So let's just get straight into it. And first off, we have Fullmetal Alchemist, the Fullmetal Edition, Volume 18. I have it. It's done. It's complete. I am done with it. I am so happy. I think I've been collecting this 4 or 5 years, I believe, back when the first volume came out in 2000. I think it was the summer of 2018, if not mistaken. So roughly 4 years, and I cannot describe the feeling when you have been collecting and following a series for multiple years and finally finish collecting it. I'm not talking about if you go out and try to buy all the singles of One Piece or buy the box sets of One Piece or Dragon Ball or whatever, but actually a long-running series. It could be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, for example, or Fullmetal Alchemist. When you are following the release of a series over multiple years and actually manage to finish it, it's such a relief and an overwhelming feeling of just accomplishment. This is the most proud I have been of actually collecting a series. This one. Yes, but enough of that. What I do like about this is that it's a bit thicker. It's partially because the last chapter of Fullmetal Alchemist is over 100 pages, but also because it has a bonus chapter in it, which is, I think it's called After the Journey or something like that, which basically just another journey center. Okay, which basically just what happens to Alphonse's armor after the story has wrapped up. In case you are very much hung up on the bonus chapters that are inside Fullmetal Alchemist, the singles, and I also believe the omnibuses, then you shouldn't get the Fullmetal editions because they do not have those. They omit them. They just want to tell the story as it is from chapter 1 up until chapter 107, I believe. So, if you want those, then the Fullmetal edition is really not for you. I do hope that this maybe want to actually make a side story volume like they did with Death Note, Death Note short stories. Maybe they want to do that at some point and then make that in hardcover as well. I doubt it, but at least you can get all the 4 panels comics in one single volume if you want those. But all the side content of the side stories, you cannot get those in the Fullmetal edition. So if that is a deal breaker, then you should probably go with the box set of the omnibuses. But if that doesn't really matter to you, like it doesn't really matter to me, then Fullmetal edition is definitely the way to go. It's such a nice edition. Now, I'm not gonna dwell on it too much because I do have a video planned for that series in the future. So instead, let's just jump on to the next edition, shall we? And that is Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2. And I know you might be thinking, but Daidarius, don't you need Volume 1 also? Yes, but Book Depository had it listed for twice retail price, which, I mean, of course I'm not gonna pay that. Are you insane? So instead, I just went for Volume 2 because I really want to get going with actually collecting Jujutsu Kaisen as, I think, 18 volumes in December or something like that. So I have some ways to go, and I have actually ordered the first volume for next month's manga haul because they came to their senses and then half the price again, so it's now normal retail. But yes, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2, I still have a lot to go before I have caught up, but I mean, at least this is something. And one thing I actually like about Jujutsu Kaisen is the volume covers. They are actually quite awesome. They really have this rough energy to it. So I'm looking forward to see the other covers as well. But that is Jujutsu Kaisen. Again, I haven't really started reading it yet. I want more volumes before I get into it. But let's just jump on to the next series because, I mean, it's a good addition. And that is Black Clover Volume 2 and Black Clover Volume 3. So, not much to it. Again, Black Clover, it is a very apparently shonen series. I know it is in Shonen Jump, but people have said that it really uses all the generic shonen tropes. But it uses them well. and I can't really fault it for it. I like shonen to an extent. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to actually start reading this. Again, I'm putting it on the back burner for now, reading it, because I have other shit to read. However, I'm gonna try my best to get at least 2 volumes-ish a haul, if I can, because I think volume 31 is about to drop, or gonna drop later this year, so I am way behind. It's not like Fire Force where I'm like 10 volumes behind. This is a lot, so there's a lot to catch up on. So I'm just trying to amp up the collection of it, whereas Jujutsu Kaisen I am missing half of that amount, so that's why. But I am looking very much forward to reading Black Clover, especially because I know the enemy, he has a loud voice, the main character, whereas in manga format he doesn't really have a voice, you're just reading it, so that omits that problem. But anyway, I'm just gonna jump straight on to the next one, because I still have some good stuff in store for you. So yeah, let's get on with it. And next up we have Fire Force Volume 17. So I am slowly getting there. I think there is 17 or 18 volumes out as of this recording. So I'm not that much behind. It's like roughly 10 or 11 volumes, which is fine, and that's also why I keep buying just 1 volume each month, because then slowly I will actually be able to catch up. Maybe before the series officially ends in the English releases. I'm not sure. There are gonna be 34 volumes in total. So I still have some ways to go. I think volume 30 is about to be released. I'm not sure. But anywho, I am slowly catching up, and I'm very much looking forward to reading the series, because I do really enjoy Soul Eater. And this is just with firebenders, so what's not to like? But yeah, there's still a lot of way to go. But not as much as with Black Clover, because that's a lot. But I don't really have much more to say about Fire Force. Again, I haven't started it yet. I'm actually gonna touch upon that at the end of the video. So let's just keep going with the manga haul. There's still 2 volumes left actually. And next up we have Solo Leveling Volume 5. Now, I thought there were gonna be 6 volumes this year in the manga, but apparently the 6th volume has been postponed to March, I think, next year. Whereas they're gonna keep up the release schedule of the light novels. So it seems like there are gonna be more light novels than the mangas. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if my calculations are just in the ballpark, it's gonna be like 11 of these, and there is 13 or 14 of the light novels. So that might be the reason why they postponed it, or maybe it's just a bit difficult with the next volume for Yen Press to actually align the vertical webcomic into comic book form. I'm not sure, but again, I don't care. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about this one, and it is it's such a good series. It's so fun, and just the fact that it's in colors and it is exceptionally well printed and good quality color pages. It is such a good read, and I do love Solo Leveling. Even though I have a few gripes with the ending of the manga, it's still a fantastic series, and you really should read it. Just give it a go. It is, of course, it is a power fantasy, but it's kind of a reverse isekai, if you can say it like that. I don't know. I'm not sure, but try to give it a go. It is awesome art. It is awesome action. It is an exceptional, interesting premise, and I'm just looking forward to getting the rest of it. I'm also glad that they finally emitted Jinwoo, or whatever his name is, Jinwoo, from the cover, because on the first 4 it was just him, and there is a lot of side characters you could put on the cover. So finally they are switching out with Best Girl over here. But anywho, I only have 1 more volume, and I also actually had 1 extra volume, but Book Depository was like, sorry mate, can't get it to you. So they refunded it, and then I have added it to my next month manga haul. So you have to wait for that one to see what it is. But anyway, let's get to the final volume and then wrap this video up. And last but definitely not least, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind Volume 5. I was hoping to get Volume 6 this year as well, but I don't think Book Depository will be able to do that actually. It's kind of difficult to eyeball if they're gonna release it this year or next year. Just any series they have, because they change release schedules all the time. They have just postponed, I think it was Berserk Volume 12 until December, even though normally it comes out in November. Why? I don't know. It makes no sense. Since I managed to cross it off, let's just go over here, bring up the list. We can take that number 1 spot up there and just cross it off, because I finally have the Fullmetal edition. Fullmetal Alchemist in the Fullmetal edition. It has been a long journey. It has been ongoing since 2010 when I started collecting the Danish edition of Fullmetal Alchemist. And then, yeah, I'm gonna save it for the video. But I got that. Now, since we are not gonna get more this year, I cannot actually complete it. So I'm just gonna knock it off the list. Solo leveling. We're not gonna get 6 volumes. We're gonna get 5. But it is out of my hands. I'm still counting it as crossing it off. And I don't think there's much more else. We could still maybe be able to get Jojo Volume 6 this year, so I'm still holding off on that. But we're getting through this list, and I know I'm not going to be able to complete all of it. There's a lot of shonen that I won't be able to get. Basically everything that I've already read, like Dr. Stone and My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. I'm not gonna be able to get those this year, but I'm gonna make a video for that. So, just some updates before I go. First of all, what about Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin? I mean, you told us that you wanted the review out during September. Well, it's not gonna happen. However, I have finished writing review, I have finished recording review, I am just in the editing process. So, it will be made very, very soon. I'm gonna stop promising that, because I always go back on my promises, but it's gonna be very, very soon. And in addition to that, next I was actually gonna review, I believe, Pluto. But I'm gonna postpone reviewing any series until next year. And I don't know when I'm gonna start it up next year, because I thought that I would be able to juggle my time between working from home, being a parent, and then doing the reviews. But I just can't do it. Just see, it has taken over 6 months just to do one review, where last year I managed to read and review 4 mangas series, right? So it's just not possible. So instead, I'm gonna do the review for Mobile Suit Gundam, and then all the finished series that I wanted to read and review, I'm just gonna postpone that to next year at some point. I don't know when, just at some point, because it takes too much time and effort to make them, which I do not have, and it takes time away for other videos I do want to make, like other manga related videos. I have plans for them, but this review has just been pulling me back. So I'm just getting out of the way and then postponing reviews for next year at some point. I don't know when. So what I'm gonna do in the meantime then, well, I'm gonna actually read a lot of shit that I have, because I think I've only read 70% of my collection. And sure, a lot of the completed series, I'm not counting those, because I want those in reviews, because I have all of it, like Parasite, Blame, Hellsing, and whatnot. But there's also other shit, like all the Blade of Immortals I have, all Soul Eater, Fist of the North Star, Mashal, Chainsaw Man, for example, right? Kaiju number 8 and Record of Ragnarok, yes, I have read those online, but I also want to read them in the physical form. The same with Solo Leveling and more Berserk and all that shit. And I also really do want to read Fullmetal Alchemist in the Fullmetal edition. I have read it multiple times, but just not in the Fullmetal edition. So that's my plan. That is it. That is my manga haul of September 2022. What does your manga haul look like? And what series have you completed or are trying to complete that you think will fill you with the most fulfillment feeling ever? For me, Fullmetal Alchemist, no doubt. But I'm curious about you, because we all have this Moby Dick sort of manga series that we're just chasing down. We want to complete it, but it takes a lot of work and or a lot of time to get there. So I'm very much looking forward to what you have. And as always, until I see you in the next video, remember to stay awesome. And I'm looking very much forward to giving you the review after 6 months. All right, see ya.